Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Dr. Tony Chopper, and this is part 2 of the review for the high-grade Universal Century Hyaku Shiki, or Hakshiki. In this part, we're going to see how these guys do, these limbs, accessories, backpack, whatever you want to call them, and we'll see how they do and how they fare. Let's get started. Alright, starting from the bottom, here is the leg. Now, as you can see, it's very, very reflective, and that's really nice. In terms of articulation, though, on this, we have a bend right here, and a bend down there. As you can see, it kind of separates a little bit right there in between, but that's not too big of a problem. And we do get almost a 180-degree bend. There's no movement right here at this knee part. Down below right here, we have a good ankle articulation, somewhat. Yeah, doesn't do too much. Front, back, that's about as much as you're going to get. No bend right here in the middle of the toe or anything. One thing I have noticed with this kit, and that's mainly the different colors. As you can see, this is silver-ish, and this is more of that gold. There's a lot of pieces on the kit that actually isn't the right color. It seems like the spray didn't get on there properly for the see-through yellow, so that looks pretty bad in some areas. Also, we have, of course, those nasty nub marks and seam lines. There's a nice seam line right down the middle right there, and I'm pretty sure if I don't point them out, you might already see them. There are some nub marks on pretty much all the other pieces there as well. Alright, moving our way up into the waist section right here, the skirt armor. This is pretty cool. We have different parts here. There's not actually any stickers here, which is a nice bonus. Same reflectiveness there. We have a little bit of movement right here. These two are both connected, but you can always just take that apart. In the side skirt area, you might want to be a little bit careful here. It's not really overly secure down in the bottom, so just be careful when you're moving that. The back skirt does not move at all. And down here we have the beam sabers. These handles can actually fit into the back right here, and all you have to do is slot them in. It holds it in okay, I guess. And of course up here you plug in the top half. Alright, moving on to the chest, or the top or torso. We have some nice gold accents sticking out right here and right here, which is nice. No stickers going on. Two giant pegs where you can put it in the backpack. Everything here is molded in color. And there's not too many bed nub marks, just the normal ones you would see at some of these places that would actually connect. The head, it's not really going to get any more articulation. It's just a peg here, and you peg it in down here as well. It's one of the earlier high grades, so you're not going to get very much. And going a little bit higher, we get this nice golden arm with the 100 character on there. Now these are actually rub transfers or dry transfers, and you can stick that on there. Except a little bit of a problem I found with this thing is after you do put on the rub transfer decal right here, you're going to find that you might have a little bit of residue depending on what kind of tape you use to hold that thing down, so be careful. There's also some nub marks right here in very, very visible places. Same with some on the back right here. Not a very good job of undergating at all. More pieces for the seam line. But in terms of articulation, we have a little bit of movement up here. It can move like that. Can't go the opposite way at all. This panel actually moves a little bit. Yep. And down below here, we have a 360 bend, or 360 spin. In terms of articulation for the bend of the elbow, you get a solid 90 degrees. And for the manipulators, 360 right there, and you can push it in a little bit up top. Not quite the same function that the Master Grade has. And the red right here is actually apart, so that's always good. But right here, again, you can see a little bit of discoloration. This is the silver, and over here it's more of the gold color. It's not very consistent on the kit so far. There's several areas where it seems like they missed spraying on the see-through yellow, or at least they didn't go through it with another coat or two. Finally, we move up to the head. It's a relatively nice sculpt of the head, but there are some issues. The antenna back here falls off extremely easily, and it's only connected by that little point. Try not to lose your antenna. You don't get another one. And yeah, like that, that's all that it's stuck onto. For the stickers in the front, we mainly just get stickers for the eyeballs, or the cameras for the eyes. You don't get stickers for the camera up there, nor do you get one for the one in the back. Again, there's discoloration, more silverish on this side, more gold on this side. Hopefully, if you do get this kit, they'll actually give you a really relatively good version of it. Also, we have this massive seam line going down from the back all the way to the front. And of course, if you dig in too deeply, the black from the original plastic will show. So be careful. Now here is the backpack. It's relatively simple. You have these two giant holes where you put in the pegs in for on the upper body, the torso. This wing back here actually moves quite a bit. Not too bad. And this is also one solid piece, so thank God they actually made it one solid piece. Otherwise, we're going to have a massive seam line like what we see right here. There's a seam line that actually goes all throughout it. It might be a little bit hard to see because it's on camera and the light's reflecting, but in real life, when you're actually looking at this in person, you're going to see it. And yeah, hopefully you can get a better idea of what it looks like. There's some nub marks around there as well, so be careful. This actually goes a full 360 and can move quite a bit. It's on that ball joint down in there. We have some decent detail here with the boosters, the thrusters in the back, and it's relatively solid. Right here, I haven't really noticed that these binding parts are actually loose at all, so that's really, really good because it needs to really hold its place. So, booster pack or the backpack looks pretty decent. And before I forget, I'm gonna have to mention this trigger finger hand that they actually give you. It does have the gold backing and the hand in the front, so that's good. You only really get one of these. The rest of the ones you get on the body are open fist ones, so that's a little different. Also, you get these, what are these? Energy tubes, or energy cables. You put these into the front of the body right around here, and also you put them into the backpack right there. I'm not going to show you just now because that's a part of the next part, but you just plop that in. And hopefully it doesn't restrict articulation or posability at all. And you get two of these. Right here we have the signature weapon of the kit, or the one that's kind of more famous for, the clay bazooka. It's not a normal bazooka, it shoots out clay, I assume. As you can see, there is a massive seam line that runs right down the middle. Right there. It just goes all throughout the whole thing. Now this part doesn't actually move. This part doesn't actually move. Nothing on this actually moves. Hopefully this guy will be able to fit in the hands relatively well and not fall out. But yeah, there's nub marks and there's a massive seam line. You gotta have to do a little patchwork on this. And lastly, here is the beam rifle. This guy is completely just two parts shoved together, no moving parts at all. And up here, if you are disappointed just like I am, this cable right here is supposed to be gold plated, whatever you want to call it. It's just made to be built in, so that looks pretty bad. Yeah, seam line, no articulation, solid color. That's about it. Now, moving along to the melee weapons of this guy, we have beam sabers. Now, don't be fooled by those nice looking things on the back of the kit in his skirt. You actually don't get to use those. You get these see-through, all-in-one beam sabers that look very, very dinky and small, and they're all, hey, molded in clear yellow. Thank you, Bandai, for not actually making holes and letting us peg them in, I guess. And hopefully I didn't forget to mention these guys right here, these polycap manipulators. These are a little bit strange. They're a little bit more detailed than the plastic ones that we do get with the rest of the kit, except the backing, of course, is polycap. So you're going to have to paint that if you wanted to be gold at all. I don't really see a point to use these things, and quite frankly, I don't know how well they will actually hold up. But for your sake, I will try these just to see if it actually holds the thing in the hand, the guns, the bazooka, whatever, in the hand better. Alright guys, that concludes part 2, our look at the weapons, the accessories, and the different limbs, body of the Hyaku Universal Sentry Hyaku Shiki, or Hakshiki. Be sure to come back in part 3 when we go and see how this thing looks all together. We take a deeper look, and hopefully he can hold his weapons properly, and hopefully he can actually pose. My name is Dr. Tony Chopper, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.